language is different because the people are different. The language of communication is different because the people to whom the message came to in the Old Testament and New Testament are different people. And God's word is in human language. Don't miss that. God's word is in human language. And because God's word is in human language, it means that God will work with human culture. Because God's word is in human language, it means that God will work with human culture. Human language, language is part of culture. God's word is in human language. God's language, not God's language, human language. Because God doesn't have a language. You can't say God's language is English. You can't say God's language is French or even Greek. God's language is his word, and any language that he chooses to use, any language that he chooses to use that the humans he is using communicate in. God chooses to use you. Whatever language you speak is the language God is using by his spirit to communicate. No specific language, but whoever God decides to use, whatever language or culture that person is from, will be represented in the communication of that message, and even the illustrations of his culture will come into play in the communication of that language. Are we teaching?